The new laws introduce a number of changes to things that happen before a new lease is signed. First up, a landlord or agent can ask a prospective tenant to pay a holding fee of up to 1 week's rent.
How is this different from a reservation fee?
A holding fee can only be requested from a prospective tenant after their tenancy application has been approved.
And what does a holding fee do?
Acceptance of a holding fee means the agent or landlord must keep the premises for the prospective tenant for at least 7 days. The property must not be offered to anyone else during this time.
What happens if the tenant changes their mind after paying a holding fee?
If the prospective tenant decides not to go ahead with the tenancy, they forfeit the full amount of the holding fee, not just a portion of it, as was the case under the old reservation fee system.
What happens if things change and the landlord or agent is forced to withdraw from their commitment to rent the property?
Once a holding fee has been accepted, the landlord is committed to entering into a lease with the prospective tenant. If for whatever reason they do not do this, the prospective tenant can apply to the tribunal for the matter to be resolved.
Before the tenant signs a lease at the start of a tenancy, the landlord or agent must disclose certain things to them. These include if a sale contract has been prepared for the property, if a financial institution has commenced court action to take possession of the premises, and certain material facts about the premises.
What do you mean by material facts?
A material fact is information about the premises that is relevant to the tenant's decision as to whether or not they want to live in the property. For example, if it has any significant health or safety risks, or if a serious flood, bushfire or violent crime has occurred in it in the last 5 years.
What if a landlord has recently bought a property and doesn't know all the historical material facts?
There's no expectation that a landlord or agent look into the history of a property, but they are required to disclose what they already know about the property to a prospective tenant.
So what happens if any of these things are not told to a tenant?
Failure to disclose this information may mean that the tenant can get out of the lease and seek compensation from the landlord.